Hey guys, welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about why you should get a PS2 in 2023. Let's get started. Now, the PS2 I have is the PS2 Fat version, which is the original model. And basically, the original model is a lot bigger than the slim version, which came out in 2004. This one came out in 2000. And yeah, so I have the fat version for this video. So to start off first, when you come to the back, you have the main power switch, which if you know why they had these power switches, because I know the fat PS3 had it as well. If you know why they had these power switches, please let me know in the comments. I'd like to know. But then next we have the AC in, which is your power cords to, power up the machine. And just so you know, with the fat model, you just have the normal cord, like say you have on the PS4, PS5, PS3, where there's no brick. But if you have the slim model, it has a different adapter. It's like a single hole. And then you have a brick that goes to the cord, which you would have to hide, which is kind of annoying. But then next you have digital optical. Then you have AV multi outs, which is what I use. And then here you have your fan. Now, next on the PS2, you have this thing called an expansion bay. This is exclusive to the fat model as well. And I believe what this does is you can put a hard drive in there, like an HDD hard disk drive in there if you wanted to, but that's probably something I won't do. And then next, what everyone is the most excited about is the front. So on the front, you have two USB drives. Don't know what the fuck that is. And then you have two memory card slots, which are good because you need to put a memory card in to save your games. And then you have the PlayStation logo, and shout out to Jacob R, because I didn't know about this, but you can actually flip the PlayStation logo. So thanks to him, I know that. And you have your like eject button for your disk drive, and then your reset button and your power button. You hold it to turn off the system. So yeah, so pretty nice. And then here on the top, which this is pretty scratched up. I don't know why on camera it appears dirtier than in person, but I'm sorry, I guess. But there's a lot of scratches, but that PS2 logo is so nostalgic and like retro looking now, and it just looks freaking awesome. Then you have, the PS2 logo, which I'll probably clean up one day. Now that we got all that other stuff out of the way, I'm going to explain reasons why you should get the PlayStation 2 in 2023 if you don't have one already, which is probably pretty low because this is the best-selling console ever. And even if you don't have one out right now, you probably have one like stored away or something. So yeah, so either if you want to pick one up or you have one that you could take out and play again, these are reasons why you should do that. One reason is that the PS2 has really, really, really good third-party support. So not just first-party Sony games or PlayStation games, but there's a lot of third-party support. And the main reason I have this system is because I want to play like the old cartoon games, like Nickelodeon games and stuff. Because I'm a big fan of Nickelodeon. But yeah, that's the main reason I got it, and I just want to play those older games. And yeah, I've already currently played Battle for Bikini Bottom, and I'm currently playing the SpongeBob movie game, which are really, really, really good games. And if you're a big fan of SpongeBob like I am, I would really recommend those games first for this system because they are freaking awesome games. Now the movie game is really challenging, but yeah. Um but yeah, that's the first reason. And yeah. Second reason is that prices and availability compared to the not PS2, which I'm talking about that I meant the GameCube and the original Xbox. Stumbling across one is a lot more higher and easy than say a GameCube, and also the prices are probably lower. And but that's not to say that the GameCube or original Xbox aren't good. Like, if you have those systems, play those. Don't get this because those are good. And there's a few advantages with those systems because, if you already have a GameCube, that one is known to be graphically more powerful than the PS2. It's got like a higher clocked CPU or GPU, whatever you call it. I get mixed up with those names, yeah, but yeah, back to the PS2 thing. But if you want one, you should get it definitely. Another reason to get a PS2 is that the PS2 is a really nice looking console. It truly is. And I know, like I've said, mine's like scratched and stuff. I mean, this thing's like, what, 22 years old? I mean, and it's plastic, so there are going to be scratches. But yeah, it's a nice looking console. And yeah, that's another reason I'd recommend is because obviously when you get a PS2, you want to look nice too, fit with your TV area or your gaming setup. But yeah, that's another reason. A big reason on why you would also choose a PS2 is because it has good first party support. Like games I could think of is like Ratchet and Clank, Jack and Daxter, games like those adventurous games. I would really recommend those because those are good games. And yeah, that's another reason why, if you're a fan of those types of games, you should go for the PS2. Now, the only issue with getting a PS2 in 2023, if you don't have one already, is the problem is that there's two main issues I find. Number one is that you could have disk drive issues, which means that it's either your laser is dirty or it's gone bad, which means that if you open up your thing, put the game in, and it gives you a disk read error, that means that your laser needs to be cleaned or it needs to be replaced because it died. But or also the other thing is that if the disk drive doesn't pop out, because on the fat PS2 it's automatic, on the slim PS2 it's manual. You click a button or something and the tray pops up. But yeah, those are things to look out for too. And another thing to look out for too is like say you get a bundle or something. Um Make sure you're getting an OEM controller, like a first party Sony controller. But if you're not like, you don't worry that much about that like me, like you don't care if you have a third party controller, then I wouldn't worry about it. There's great third party controllers out there which I personally use, and they just work just as good as the OEM Sony ones. Well, if you're someone that wants an OEM, just expect that, the prices are going up on the OEM controllers for the system and they're a bit harder to find. So just keep that in mind. So yeah, those are the reasons why I think you should pick up a PS2, or why you need one in 2023, or why you should get yours out if you haven't played it in a long time. But yeah, I also want to mention too that the original Xbox and GameCube are amazing consoles as well. If I could have them, I would, but I'm happy with just the PS2. I'm happy enough with it. I don't feel a need to get the other consoles, but the consoles are just as good as this one, which I'm talking about the GameCube and the original Xbox. But yeah, those are my reasons on why you should play one in 2023 and why it's such a good console. And yeah, thank you for watching this video. And please subscribe, comment down below if you're a PS2 player back then or GameCube or Xbox. I'd love to know. Yeah, but yeah, thank you for watching my video and have a good day, everyone. Bye.